Hello and welcome to In Simple Terms with Satish. Today we are talking about why browsers are becoming real compute runtimes. Let us start with the technology first. For a long time, the browser was treated mostly like a display surface. It showed the interface, handled clicks, and talked to a server that did most of the real work. That idea is becoming outdated. Modern browsers now have enough runtime primitives that they can do serious work locally. They can run background tasks, store durable data, use portable compiled code, and in some cases, even use the GPU for computation. Now let us understand this with a simple everyday example. Imagine a food truck that originally only sold packaged snacks. It had a serving window and a cash box, but not much else. If you wanted real cooking, real storage, or real preparation, you had to send everything back to a main kitchen somewhere else. Now imagine that same food truck gets refrigeration, shelves, a prep counter, a cooking station, and better power. It is still not a full restaurant, but it can now do much more work on its own. That is what is happening to the browser. It is still constrained and sandboxed, but it is getting more of the parts that make a real runtime useful. Now back to the actual technical concept. One big piece is background execution. Browsers have worker threads, which means heavy work does not always need to block the main interface. That makes it much easier to do computation without turning the page into a frozen mess. Another piece is local storage. Modern browser storage is no longer only about tiny settings or temporary cache. The web platform now includes a private file storage model that is optimized for better performance and more serious local data handling. Then there is WebAssembly, which lets software compiled from languages beyond JavaScript run in the browser in a portable way. And there is WebGPU, which gives the browser a much more modern path to graphics and compute work. Put those together and the browser starts to look less like a thin client and more like a small operating environment for the app. This becomes even more interesting when local databases enter the picture. SQLite can now run in the browser through WebAssembly, and it can persist data using the browser's private storage systems. That means a web app can hold real local structured state, not just a bag of cached responses. Why does this matter? Because it changes how engineers should split work between the browser and the server. Some work should still stay remote. Shared state across users, system-wide coordination, and heavy centralized services still matter. But not every search, transformation, document task, or AI helper needs to round trip to the backend every time. That can lower latency, improve offline behavior, and make the app feel much more immediate. Now here is the catch. Just because the browser has stronger primitives does not mean every app should move everything local. If heavy work still runs on the main thread, the app can feel terrible. If local data and sync are designed badly, complexity moves rather than disappears. And if a team adds WebAssembly or GPU features without rethinking data flow, they may gain very little. So the real lesson is not simply that the browser got faster. The real lesson is that the browser now deserves to be treated like part of the runtime architecture. The clear takeaway is this: the browser used to be the screen. Now for many kinds of software, it is becoming part of the machine. If this helped you understand the topic in simple terms, follow or subscribe to In Simple Terms with Satish. I will see you in the next episode.